Hello everyone! I wanted to come on today and give you guys an inside look on our writing membership journey down the rabbit trail. So I had a past inside look on this membership, but it was before we turned it into a writing curriculum. Before, it was a complete focus on authors and illustrators, which it still is, and I will get to that point here in a moment. But I knew I needed to meet some kind of need. It was at the time just an extra lesson, and let's face it, we don't have time for extras, right? We need to get to the core subjects of what our kids need, and that was what was lacking in my own homeschool, was a good solid writing curriculum. Both of my boys have been struggling writers, and the typical writing curriculum was just simply too much for them. It was extremely structured most of the time, I found. They were simply asking a lot out of young children, I felt like, and none of them could keep up. It made them feel like bad writers, and that wasn't the case. They were actually excellent writers, but they would get white page syndrome, which is basically they would stare at their sheet and say, I don't know what to put here, even if there was like some questions and stuff to get them thinking. They didn't have the right tools. And this was after trying multiple different curriculums. And so with my oldest, we stopped writing for quite a while until I started just naturally implementing a lot of the stuff that we ended up putting inside of our writing membership. So I'm really excited to show you guys inside of it. It is way overdue in doing this video. And it has been just probably one of my favorite parts of our homeschool journey is doing this, because it is not just a writing curriculum. You are learning, and I say you as in you as mom or dad to teaching them. You are learning about authors and illustrators, which I love. I didn't know how much I and all of our members would appreciate learning about these children's book author and illustrators, because then it's like you're learning about this person along with all of their books, and then suddenly when you're going to the library, you're like, oh my goodness, here's this author I really didn't even realize was so amazing. And so then you're noticing all of their books wherever you go, and if it's by them, it's going to be great. You check it out, your kids are going to love it. But even more than that, I think when we did Cynthia Ryland, I didn't even realize I had so many of her books already. They were already in my house, and I didn't know that she was the one that authored them. And so it's made me just aware of some of these wonderful works that we've read multiple times, and I didn't even realize who was behind them. And now I have that deeper appreciation just for all of these books that we already had on our shelves. And so it's been really, really neat to go even beyond the writing. So what our writing membership includes is it has our author illustrator lesson. That is what the actual lesson is about that person. Let me show you the inside of these as well as I'm going through that. So that is what these lessons are going to be on, is that author illustrator. The copy work is going to be a blurb from that main book, and every month we have a different main book, just like our language arts lessons or history lessons or science lessons, all of that. It's the same exact setup. And then it's also a quote from that author illustrator. And those are some of my favorite things that even if you don't use it as copy work, if you are just letting your kids hear the quotes, and really even for me as a parent, it's really got me excited about some of their stuff. It's been really cool. Just like all of our lessons, there's going to be some fun activities. So it's going to be some type of hands-on activity that usually has to do more so with what the theme of the book is for our main book every single month. There is also, all of our other lessons, let me flip this open a little bit better. We have our rabbit trails. I flipped to the wrong page there while getting it open. We have our rabbit trails and our library list pages. So these are going to be more books by that author or illustrator. And then some type of video, whether it is about that person. We try to find interviews and stuff like that, or either or videos about that person if it's not in an interview. And if we can't find either of those, we will find something that has to do with the theme, something to tie it all in, because those kids love watching the short little videos that go along with the lessons. And then instead of a more ideas page, so all of our other curriculum has a page that's just simply titled more ideas, and it is more ideas to take you further down that rabbit trail. Instead of having this, we have our let's write page. And so this is where all of that writing is coming into play. The first thing that your kiddos are going to do is they're going to do a brainstorming activity that comes out of this Let's Write page. This is where I feel like this curriculum shines, because that's what my kids were lacking, that they didn't have good brainstorming activities, or if they did, they would repeat the same activity or maybe 2 activities every single time they were going to write, and so that they kind of lost inspiration with doing those couple brainstorm activities over and over and over again. And so we do something new every single month for brainstorming, and so I feel like that just gives our children just such a good foundation when they're learning to write, and even as they get a little bit older, for just how can I think up this story, or how can I think up whatever type of writing assignment it is, and it gives them the tools to do that in a different way. So it keeps it fresh, it really helps their creativity shine, and it is just super fun. So this month, our featured author is Peter Spire, and our main book is The Star-Spangled Banner. And so kids are writing songs this month, which is so much fun. I really love that they're doing that. And so they are going to be using a music mind map. And so you think of mind maps, but it's a different one. And so they're going to use actual musical notes to write down their ideas. And it's just really, really neat way of organizing their ideas that has them thinking musically, because they're going to see that staff on the paper and they're going to see music notes, and it's just going to get their brains thinking music. And so I was really excited about that. And so that's just one example of our brainstorming activities. And then the kiddos are going to continue writing. They're going to take what they've put in their brainstorming activities and they're going to put it to use. We have done book reports. We have done fantasy stories. We have done, oh my goodness, like I said, this month they're writing songs. Like there's so many different writing activities, and every single month it is something new. So it's going to keep it fresh in that way as well, is that they're not just always writing a short story. They've done friendly letters. Like it's something different every month to really break it up and again, keep it fresh. And we give them lots of opportunities to work on this. So it's not just one day they're doing one thing. And then they're done, right? They're going to be doing different parts of it throughout the month. And so it just keeps it really light and keeps it really easy, and you have plenty of time to work on it. So if they need even longer, it gives them the opportunity to have that time to write. And so I've even used this with my 5-year-old this past year, because for her, it's been kind of like pre-writing practice. She's able to dictate those ideas to me so that we're still getting that brain working. We are still thinking through this creative process and this writing process, but she's not able to write yet. But she's already becoming a great writer because she's already building that confidence that she needs to be that great writer as she gets older. And I'm going to continue using this. My son's going into 6th grade, and I'm going to continue using this with him because it's still giving him that amazing foundation. So when he's doing bigger papers in high school, he's going to be prepared. He's not going to get that white page syndrome because he already knows how to brainstorm, and he already has all of those tools that he needs just by doing one different assignment every single month. And so then we'll go through the brainstorming and all of that and all of your writing, and then there's usually another small writing assignment you can choose to add on at the end as well, just to get a little bit more writing practice in. What we also have is a monthly planning calendar. And so at Rabbit Trails, we typically don't do a lot of planners, a lot of pre-written instruction like this as far as what you should do on what day. But with this being something new every single month, we went ahead and made that for you. So is this required to follow? Absolutely not. You can totally move stuff around, do it however you need to do, but we do offer that inside of our membership for these writing lessons so that you can just kind of see what you can do each day throughout the month to keep it really simple. Something else that we have as a part of our membership is a Bible study. And so this can be done as a family, which I love. So I sit down with all of my kids and we do this Bible study throughout the month. And every month it's going to be a different theme. And so it is that topical kind of Bible study. And so you will get different key verses and different readings to do every month. And then it'll give you something to chew on. And it may even have like little journal entries as far as, you know, what can we talk about with this? write about it, right? We're just encouraging those kids to write even more. Even if it's only a sentence or two that they're just simply answering something, a lot of times we'll point them to writing down a prayer. It's just a really sweet way of just encouraging them to write throughout the month. And so you can just kind of keep those as little journal entries. And they're just low pressure. Like, you don't have to have them write a whole page about this stuff, right? It's allowed to be just a couple of sentences. And you guys can even use it. Some days we don't write it, and some days we choose to just discuss it as a family. And so you have the ability to choose to keep it with writing or to keep it just as a discussion. And then along with that Bible studies, we also have verse cards. And so we do have separate ones for kids and for moms. It'll be all of the same verses, but the questions as far as what's on this actual Bible study page might be just slightly different for how it's going to pertain to kids and how it's going to pertain to you. So you can kind of have your quiet time along with them. I know that's always been a struggle of mine as a mom of many. Is there some days where it's hard to get your Bible study in when you want just that quiet time by yourself? Is maybe you had a little one up all night, maybe you just aren't feeling well, whatever it is, and so it makes getting that quiet time in the morning really difficult sometimes. This is a way that, guys, it still counts when you're getting into the Word with your kiddos. That counts as your quiet time, right? You are getting into the Word of God together as a family. Sometimes your quiet time with God isn't alone time with God. Sometimes it's getting in the Word together as a family. And I love that it gives us the opportunity as moms to do that as well. So we have the Bible study for both the kids and moms together. And moms, you have your own set of cards as well. So you can use that for memorization. You can use it for copywork. You can use it just to hang up around your house. However you want to use them is fine. So something else that we have available in the membership is a read aloud of the main book. So every month we have a new main book that usually kind of makes the theme for some of our, like, some fun and all of that. But I don't expect you guys to have to go out and get a new book every single month. I want to make it easy on you. And so I do a video read aloud of all of our main books so that you can just go in and you guys can watch it on YouTube. Makes it super simple. It makes it really doable for you guys as well. So we've got the author lesson. We have the Bible study. We have the lesson planning calendar. We've got the video read aloud. We also have a suggestion for a chapter book to go along with whatever our theme is. And so I was doing a lot of books for mom because I wanted to just reach out to moms and say, hey, this goes along with our theme. And it may have been like we've done Homeschooling Bravely in the past. We've done kind of a devotional in the past. Over the summer, I added just chapter book, like novels that you could be reading with your children as well. And I really love that addition. And so that could be something that would be enjoyable for you to read as well. Or you could do as a read aloud with your kiddos. And so I think I might keep it up. If you are a member, let me know in the comments what you think about that, to keep it as something you can read to your kids, because that also can expand it for those mid-level learners. So like I said, my son's going into 6th grade. He could be reading that book independently to go along with our theme that we have going on in the membership. And so it's just a way to extend that for those older learners. So let me know your thoughts on that. Do you want to keep it as a book that you can read aloud to your kids? Or do you want just a mom-friendly book that you just have all for yourself as a suggestion inside the membership? So let me know what you think about that. But that is it. So you get a lot in this membership. And like I said, new lessons every single month. So this month, like I said, we're doing Peter Spire with the Star Spangled Banner. Very patriotic for the 4th of July. Next month, we are doing Bill Pete. I have so many of his books. I actually snagged like 4 or 5 last year at a library sale, and I was really pumped about it. So we're redoing Cockadoodle Dudley. So of course, we're gonna have a really cool barnyard theme, and I'm really pumped about it. I absolutely love his illustrations, and so I'm just really excited to focus on a whole month of Bill Pete. And so yeah, every month, new author illustrator, every month, new brainstorming activity, new writing activity, and just new ways to make confident writers. So that is my review of this, is I created, everything that I create is for my own kids, right? That is my first reason. That is why I started writing rabbit trails through literature in the first place, is I needed something different for my own kids. So when we transformed our membership into a writing curriculum, I needed something for my own son to get him to be a good writer. I knew that he was on the verge of being able to be there, but he just needed that little bit of help. He needed that brainstorming to just help him become confident in what he's putting down on paper. And now his writing has taken off. The other day I needed a new picture to put inside of one of our new curriculums that's coming out next week, actually, Rabbit Trails Through Literature Volume 4. And I didn't save his example from during the school year. So I said, hey, can you make me this writing example? And so I wasn't expecting him to write like more than 2 sentences to fill this page up. I just needed a picture for a sample, right? And he came back to me with this full story. Like, I was blown away. The kid who started this last year to the kid who I have now are like 2 completely different children when it comes to writing. And so he has just really taken off with all of that confidence that that's all he needed was confidence to become a great writer. And that's exactly what this curriculum has given him. And I've heard that from countless other moms as well, that they were just really pleased with what they were seeing in this, and that they were excited about learning with the different authors and illustrators, and they were excited about Bible study. In fact, one of my friends wants to get this specifically for the Bible study to use in their home. So it's just really multifaceted. You're getting so much more than just a writing curriculum. You're getting those author studies, you're getting that Bible study, and you're just getting a way to get together and learn together as a family. And that, at the heart of everything, is what Rabbit Trails is all about. So I hope that you love this membership just as much as we have, and just as much as all of our members have. If you guys have any questions about the membership, absolutely drop them down in the comments. You can pay once a month. That is $16 a month for the membership, or you can choose to pay for the whole year, and you will get 1 month free when you do that as well. So that is it. So we do have a sample on the website. We do show you kind of inside of all of that, inside that sample. So absolutely take a look and see what the inside the membership looks like, and fall in love with it along with me. So I'm going to get going. We have a new puppy, so I'm going to go play with her a little bit. And I'm actually going to start getting the Bible study ready for us to do in our own home. So I will see you guys later. I hope you have a great one.